ever wondered what makes you unique? What makes you stand out? What sets you apart from the rest? In today's video, we're going to get into that in this pick a card. So if you've already made a selection, feel free to zoom right over to your video. Ooh, ringing in my ear, cool. We're in tune today. So feel free to like this video, hit that share button, and click the notification bell if you want daily tarot messages. And yeah. Oh, and also if you want private readings, my email is down below. I will see you guys in your reading. All right, pile number 1, let's begin your reading. And we will see, pile 1, what sets you apart from the crowd? What sets you apart? What unique features, what unique abilities, gifts, energies? Oh, okay, you feel like home to people. You feel like home. People feel naturally warm when they are around you. They feel this warmth. They feel this happiness, like they're at home. There's a Venusian energy around you. You have this energy of Venus. This is not gendered in any way, so this applies to everyone. There's also this very magical essence about you with this satyr here. It's giving me like you're magical. People get drunk off of your energy, actually, with the satyr here. There is, oh, and people, yeah, I feel the sense here with this 3 of Pentacles that people feel very much like you're supportive. You're someone who's supportive, you build people up. So you're rare in the sense that in a world where people tend to tear each other down, you're kind of like the opposite. You see the wide spectrum of everything, and you know that there's space for everyone. So you're kind of like that rare person that people encounter where it's like you're not competing with anyone because you're very much aware that you're in your own lane. Again, like with these homey vibes that I'm getting here, like not homey in like a lethargic way or like that you stay at home, although you might stay at home with the Venusian energy that's coming through. But I'm seeing that you just bring people peace. Your energy is peaceful. But you also have like a really good time. So it's not that you're just occupying one energetic space. You guys are pretty, you're pretty balanced. Especially with the 4 energy here and the 3. It's like you cooperate with people, you're balanced. People see, like when they're in your energy, they're at peace because they know that you are not, it's funny, I'm saying like the rest, but it's like, yeah, you do seem very rare in that way where it's like people can come around you and they feel like, you know, when you go around someone and you have like even the smallest bit of tension in the back of your mind because you've gone through so much, or like you've experienced like people betraying you. It's like people who have like trust issues. I'm seeing people that have trust issues. They don't believe that, you know, they don't believe in humanity. You have this energy about you. It's like this, I'm hearing like angelic or like this divine energy about you. It's probably to do with like your aura. I just got like a text that popped up as like confirmation with that one, and it was 417 on the timer. I believe that's like a hertz frequency that releases fear. Oh my god, so I saw 417 on the timer. 417 hertz is like, I think, the frequency that helps people release fear, as I got like that text message confirmation. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, people who don't trust, they don't understand how their walls come down, right? It's like you see this builder, this person here, they've got like a pick and a hammer. Ding ding. They have a pick and a hammer. It's like you break down these people's walls. You break down walls with your energy. It's almost making me think of like human design. I don't know if you guys know human design, but there are projectors. They're in human design, and these projectors are like, their aura is penetrating, right? And you might not be a projector, but you might have like something about you that just penetrates through people. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And what I'm noticing about this Ace of Wands is that hawk right there. It's like a red-tailed hawk, which represents healing. So people that have this guide or this spirit, this animal spirit, represents healing. So your energy is actually very healing. And that's why people feel like, I sense purity about you. There's something that's just pure about you. You know, it's like almost like, this is the upright version, right? You see the lightning. It's like people have to hold back their animal instincts, is what I was like hearing. They have to hold back. It's like there might be dark like energy around a person, like dark in like, because dark, it doesn't necessarily mean bad, but like dark in like a way that's like not good, whatever. People feel like they have to reel it in around you. You have like this, there's like a veil around you where people know that they have to show up correctly around you. They can't just be chaotic. That's why this is in reverse. This is why it comes out in reverse here. You keep the peace. That's like your, I don't know if that's where you're at energetically now, or if that's where you're bringing, what you're bringing forth into the world. But your energy, your unique like blueprint here on earth is to bring back the peace, to bring back harmony, right? To correct this disharmony here, to create like a new dawn. So you guys are really like a breath of fresh air. You're purifiers, you're healers, purifiers, healers. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're in the medical field or doing Reiki. You could be literally doing anything. You could be an artist, you could be an engineer, you could literally be doing anything. It's like how you are on a person-to-person level when you walk by people, strangers, right? And you've got to be careful with an aura like this. You have to be careful because sometimes people will try to get licks of your energy by grazing you or like getting really close. You have judgment here. That's really powerful. And I did say that you have like this angelic energy. You could be surrounded by like seraphim angels or like angels, or you might have like angelic energy. You might be an earth angel. Yeah. And it's in the work that you do. It's in the work that it's this work that you put on people. It's not even like you actively working, it's like you are this magic. And the fact that this judgment card here is like, it's confirming what I was saying about how like you have like this overall energy where you were like input on this planet to raise the consciousness, elevate people, bring people to a higher frequency. I hate using like those generic terms in general, but that's generally what's going on here, where it's like what's setting you apart from the crowd is like you're quite literally rare. You're one of the rare beings on this planet. quality. I'm hearing quality, like you're one of the rare beings on this planet. Like I said it from the very beginning, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, and this. What sets you apart is that you're just like, no matter what happened to you in life, even if you've gone through dark nights of the soul or just dark phases, you've always returned back to your set point, which is you are this pure vessel. And purity does not have anything to do with like, I don't know, purity culture or whatever you've been told. I'm talking about purity, like you in all of your naturalness, you in all of confirmation, you as you is purity. This can be on any level. It's not about what other people are defining as it. It's you being yourself. That is the magic. Amazing. And yeah, I'm seeing that it's possible that you do a certain type of work that is very unique. This calling of yours. You have a certain calling. I don't know if you've stepped into it yet, but this is a message from Spirit for those of you that have not started on your calling, to go into your calling ASAP. Look into your North Node, I'm hearing. Look at your North Node. Right now, it's important that you look into your North Node and start actively, because your North Node is your destiny, right? It's like what you're going toward. It's what you're supposed to be trying to like achieve, right? So many people don't even go toward their North Node, right? But I'm hearing this is like time to like answer this calling, or some of you guys are, the reason why you're set apart from the crowd is because you are answering this calling. And what sets you apart is that people are like, oh my God, like, because this thing you're doing is very special, it's very unique. So people are like, they're like, what? Like they're not expecting that you would make this thing happen. 11:11 on the timer. They're not expecting that you would be the one to make this thing happen, because you are in your own lane. Like I said at the beginning, you're in your own lane. So people are like, how is this going to land? We've never seen it done before. And for some of you guys, that's only in the 5D so far, or it's slightly in the 3D. Like you guys haven't actually brought this vision to life yet, but there's something you see in your mind, and Spirit is saying like, that is what sets you apart. It's this unique vision for what you're doing, okay? Now, let's get into some unique messages about you. I want to know what's going on energetically that sets you apart from the crowd. What specifics set you apart from the crowd? Group number 1. What sets you apart from the crowd? 8th house, endings, beginnings. Ooh. Your North Node might be in Scorpio. You might have 8th house placements. You might be Scorpio, or you might have Scorpio placements, and it doesn't have to just be your sun. It can be your Jupiter, your Venus. It can be anything here, but there's some kind of, it doesn't even have to be in your chart. This could just be like a vibe you're feeling, where it's like your energy, like I said, you're a very spiritual vessel just by you walking around. This is what this is telling me. You know, people say like walking karma. Like I feel like that applies to you in a sense, where it's like your energy brings like the good karma and the bad karma, whatever. It's, you're setting people out on their path, right? That's why we have like that healing energy here. It's like you're setting things correct. It's not just people. It's like when you go out into the forest, right? Your energy helps that network of the forest, you know, connect and feel further alive, and reciprocally to you, right? Wherever you go, the energy of your city, the energy of the people, the energy of nature, Mother Earth, Father Sky, like it's, you are the connectivity. Like your energy came onto this plane of existence as a healing energy, even toward yourself. Okay, it's not just for other people. Like you've healed yourself in so many ways. And of course it continues, but congratulations, because you know what? Like I said earlier, it's like you come back to your set point. Like you could have gone through, you might not have always been perfect, but you've always tried your best to come back to center, to who you are, that unique energy signature of yours, okay? So what else, Spirit? What else sets you apart? Ooh, Mercury Mind. Let's pull this from the bottom of the deck. We have Mercury Mind. Yeah, a powerful mind. You have like a message. There's a message, I think that's that calling here. There's a message and something that you do. And it's important, it's imperative that you act on that message. Okay, so we got Neptune sacrifice. Yeah, that's what I was talking about at the beginning, where it's like people come around you and they're like, oh my God. I'm hearing, oh my gosh, wow. Okay, remember when I noted 417 and I talked about releasing negative energy, or like releasing fear, that being the solfeggio hertz frequency for releasing fear? I look over at my notes because I have like notes open on my laptop, and I like wrote notes before this, and it marks the last time that you took a note, like the last thing you typed, right? So it marks the time. The last thing I typed was at 4:17 p.m. That's crazy. So you guys release fear. You release fear, and you guys might have had so many lessons in releasing fear yourself. Like you guys might have gone through trials where you had to release fear, release a situation, a person, and you were scared shitless, okay? You were scared out of your mind to do something, and you did it. And because of that, you've gained like a certain level of power, and like you empower people to release that fear as well. Okay, go check out, and if you haven't done that right yet at this point in your life, this is like a calling here where it's like you need to release your fear, because you are powerful beyond measure in doing so. Your fear is completely an illusion, and it's, if you are someone that's like battling fears all the time, that voice that's telling you to be afraid and be fearful is there, because if you stop listening to it, the most magical and insane is gonna happen to you. The most magical, insane stuff is gonna happen to you. And then we have Neptune. If you're watching this in 2023, it's the 7 year, it's the year of Neptune. It's a very godly number. The number 7, which is the planet Neptune's number. Yeah, I feel like you were sent here by God, or like the higher power or source, whatever you want to believe in, the Most High. You were sent here by the divine, like, and this looks like almost like the Virgin Mary to me in a way. Like, not like in a religious way, just like that symbol of like purity. And again, taking away like your version of purity. It actually makes me think of Neptune and Medusa, right? Or Poseidon and Medusa, right? Poseidon being the Greek equivalent of Neptune, right? And Poseidon, you know, corrupting Medusa, and then Athena turning Medusa into the snake being, right? And then when Perseus cuts off Medusa's head, from her head, Pegasus is born. And you know, we love Pegasus here. Pegasus, I love you. Oh, here's Pegasus right here. Okay, so I have 2 Pegasus readings, by the way, on this channel. So if you're interested in Pegasus, feel free to look at those. But it's like Pegasus was born from that, right? That scenario. It seems like a horrible scenario, right? Like Medusa, you know, being turned into a gorgon, and then like her head getting chopped off. But Pegasus comes bursting out of her head, and it's like almost from like the darkness that you might have experienced throughout your life. It's like that has never once tainted you, not truly. And whenever it felt like it had tainted you, you rose out, right? And this is most people aren't doing this. This is what sets you apart. That's really the truth of what's going on. So then we have Jupiter return benefits. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, this calling of yours. Oh, swore I saw something over there. Oh my God. Okay, not me being spooky. Okay, anyway, so Jupiter return benefits. Yeah. Word. Okay. Yeah, what I'm seeing with this is that you will have a return on those gifts. Like if you put yourself out there and you stay consistent, you keep doing what you're doing, answering the call, you are someone that needs to conquer your fears. Some of you guys have done that, and like I see that, and some of you guys, like that is like your big lesson, and people can sense it about you. And so sometimes you might have people trying to almost like work on your fears to keep you in place because they might need you in a certain situation, but it's really up to you to, but this is trying to tell me that, and to tell you that when you act on those things, that inner vision of yours, you're going to receive so many blessings. You're going to receive so many benefits just by conquering your fear. Yeah. Okay. Let me pull some last cards for you guys. Okay. Goodbye to the old and hello to the new. Very much giving the endings and beginnings card energy of the 8th house. This is like the death card in tarot, which is not about death in like I guess it could technically be about death, but it's usually used in like the metaphorical sense, you know? Yeah, so you guys are like, you finished one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. Yeah, you guys might be debuting as like this new version of yourself now or very soon, but that is like your energy, just being able to renew yourself and reinvent yourself. I see that you have the energy of reinvention. It's just that what I see people see in you is that you do things that even you didn't think you could do, almost. It's like, you're like, oh my God, can I do this? Am I the one? And then you shock yourself every time, and then you blow people away, is what I'm getting. Okay, so we have your wish is granted. Okay, so that Jupiter return and blessings here with your wish is granted, it's telling me that like you're destined to succeed. 22 on the timer. You're destined for success. You're destined to be great. And there might have been a wish that's, you know, you've been asking for. That's weird. Daughter on the bottom of the deck, and then children also popped out. You guys also have like a childlike energy. You guys might be really great with children, but I'm also seeing that you guys are still connected with your inner child. Like I was saying before, like it doesn't matter how much darkness you've experienced or how ancient you really feel on the inside, you're still connected with your inner child, or you're trying to connect, and just the intention of doing that is going to bring that inner child to you. But I'm seeing that you guys are very connected with either children, or like maybe that's like your part of your life path, you know, like inspiring the next generation. But I also just see you guys really connecting with that childlike spirit. Okay, we also had like love life under that, and there's like these 2 children or whatever. So I'm just seeing like, I don't know, I feel like maybe this is like, this could be like you wanting to, it could be coming out as you wanting to have like kids or something. But either way, I'm seeing a very, very loving, bright energy, and it's really time to put that out there. So that is what I have for you guys, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, group 2. Let's begin your reading. Let's see what sets you apart from the crowd. Okay, we have the Fool here that pops out first. You are adventurous, you are brave, you are daring. You're willing to go where no man has gone before. Ooh, you're also willing to, you're willing to take a risk. I'm seeing you very much willing to take a risk. Letting the chips fall where they may. Okay, I'm seeing like these flowers coming off. Like I'm seeing this flower and like these petals that are falling. I'm seeing, you know what's interesting? I'm seeing a bit of like, I'm seeing you as like a romantic, or perhaps like, we'll see what comes out more, but maybe like maybe some people perceive you as like a heartbreaker, or like you might be really attractive and then people are like, oh, this person, do they love me? Do they love me not? That's what I'm getting with like these petals falling from like this flower, right? And like the Fool is like, you know, so free. You have such a free energy. Like that's how you're perceived. Like yeah, I'm seeing that you're just like a risk taker. Yeah, I'm getting like this vibe that like, what's with his eyes? You know, I feel like you're really led by spirit. That's really what's going on here. You're living a very aligned life and people are confused by it. They're confused by how you manage to just navigate in the world. They're like not used to seeing it. They're not used to seeing how you operate. Like you're just kind of, yeah, that's so crazy. This is what comes out. The Queen of Wands. And in this deck, she has her eyes closed, okay? This is like, and she's almost like the magician in this, like the way she's holding that wand. It's very much like, I mean, she's always magical, the Queen of Wands, but I feel like in this particular deck, she is, I'm trying not to get like the reflection. She is very much a sorceress, a witch, or someone who's very magical. Like that's her wand. And her eyes are closed. And then with this, you can't really see it, but his eyes are like all white. They just look kind of like blinded. His eyes look kind of blinded and her eyes are closed too. You have blind faith in whatever it is that you're doing. What sets you, I feel like you guys could be artists or some kind of like you're doing something on your own. You're leading yourself. You're self-led. And then we have Death here that came out as well with that Queen of Wands. You guys could be also very like psychic as well. I'm seeing someone who's psychic. I heard humbles people because you can see that these two men are like down on their knees as like death comes for them, right? And what I'm starting to get from that is like, you bring people to their knees. And again, like that heartbreaker energy, but like not even just in that regard. It's just like, there's something about you that's, oh, and then we have this queen. Yeah, you guys are very attractive. And please don't try to deny it. Please. I don't need anyone being like, no. I was already sensing it with these cards, right? And the Queen of Wands actually is an indicator of like, you know, being very attractive. This could be your energy, your physicality, all of the above is what I'm getting. But the fact that we have like this card along with the Nine of Pentacles, because in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you might not really see it because she's dressed in like an old-timey garb, but that was like the height of fashion, and the Nine of Pentacles was representing this very beautiful woman, especially for that time period. So when the Nine of Pentacles comes out, it also talks about physical beauty. But again, we have this energy of independence, right? Very much like the Fool card, where it's like, you are independent, beautiful, graceful, right? It's like, or handsome, you know. use it where it fits. You do not care. That's what's interesting, is this woman has like the status, and the queen has the status, but you don't care about status. There's like a crown that's on the ground. You don't care about those things. And you humble people, like you bring them to their knees. That's why like there's like this heartbreaker energy. It's like you literally don't care. It's honestly giving a little bit of Joker energy. I love the Joker, but like I mean it like in the sense where it's like he's like in Gotham, right? There are all these criminals, right? And like he's a criminal too, but he's the criminal of criminals. And like he will literally burn an entire mountain of money because he doesn't care about that stuff. Like he can have an entire mountain of money. He can have all the money in the world, but he doesn't care. It's like you guys are like crazy in like the best way, if you know what I mean. Like I respect that. Like I feel this like energy of like I respect that about you. And that's funny because we have like this death card here, and it's like these people are brought to their knees. They're like forced to respect you because you are like so spiritually inclined. Like this guy's got like blinded eyes and she has her eyes closed. You're led by what you are concerned about has to do with matters of the spirit, right? Even she has like that dove right there. It's like all that money is surrounding her, but she's only looking at that dove, right? Representing that peace spirit connection. And then we have the high priestess underneath. Of course, you guys are, like I said, you guys were like psychic before, right? This is my pile that is very in tune. You guys might be tarot readers. You guys might be spiritual workers. You guys just might be regular, you know, you guys are not regular, actually. But you guys could be doing some other job that doesn't even pertain to this. And it still comes through, and that's why you're set apart from the crowd. You could be doing accounting, and then everyone's just kind of like you occupy, I'm getting the sense that you just occupy people's minds. Like you live rent-free in other people's minds that you would not even expect. And then we have this feels like the Nine of Wands again, or the Nine of Pentacles again, right? Where it's like, this is her like stone figure with the dove again. And it's just like, you guys are like this loving, like, I can see why people are attracted to you, you know? And then we have this card here, the Page of Swords. And I get the sense that it's like, you live for the truth. You stand up for what you believe in. I honestly, you know what's crazy about this? It's like, this is so rare, because like I mentioned, like, this is what's getting me actually reading this energy, is that your bravery, like the way that you stand up for what you believe in. Like, it's like I can't even imagine that many people picking this pile. That's how like this energy feels to me, like the way it feels rare like this, because most people are like, it's like if you had like a, I don't know, a TikTok or something, or like some kind of like social media platform, like you would be that person who you will say what you believe, even if it were to get you canceled. This is what it's giving me. But then you get like this level of devotion, like people fighting for you, people falling to their knees because of that. And that's almost like that cult-like thing where it's like, the most, like, you know, like when you get like a cult following, it's more so to do with like the fact that you're not trying to appeal to everyone. There are people that are excluded. You do exclude people. In like the people that like feel chosen by you, right? This is like the heartbreaker thing. It's like if people don't feel chosen by you, they feel like almost resentful, but at the same time they're brought to their knees, they're humbled by it. This is so crazy. Like you can't even make this stuff up. It's just like, that's why I'm like, who's gonna even pick this? I feel like there's gonna be like 5 people maybe, because like you don't see this level of authenticity much these days. in like from what I've seen. But yeah, you will get people to fight for you. You'll have like men fighting for you, girls fighting for you, whoever fighting for you. Yeah. And then I split the deck. You can't make this up. She's blindfolded again. And like that blind, it's like you are led by like blind faith. Like you guys are very like spiritually connected, but I also feel like, again, like in the like you guys could be like not vixens, but like you could be vixens, but like you guys could be, and spiritual doesn't mean like, you can be spiritual in the underworld and then spiritual in like the heavenly realm. Doesn't matter. It's not, none's better than the other. You could be like, I don't know, a stripper, or like an accountant, as I said before. Like it doesn't really matter. It's like you guys have like very strong spirit force. You guys are like the high priestesses, the psychics, the witches, the wizards, whatever you want to call it, alchemist. But also I'm just seeing very attractive. That's what's setting you apart. You have very unique features, something that just draws people's eye in. But then also it's like you don't care. It's like if you're like really attractive, right? You don't like, let's see, like going back to that example of like a platform. Let's say you have a platform and like everyone's like, oh my God, they're so attractive, and they follow you because of that. You will literally like talk about something that's like crazy, like wild, you know, but it'll be true to you, and you know it's coming from like this higher wisdom, like your first eye is showing you this, right? You're gonna say it because your first eye is saying it. And okay, I'm gonna get to this card that just popped out. Okay, it's like drawing me already in, but like you don't care if like people are like you could like make your entire life off of like how you look, or like how attractive you are spiritually, physically, mentally, right? You could be very like very good speaker, sweet talker, right? You could make your entire life about that, but you're not, like I said, you don't care about, there's a crown on the ground here. You don't care about the material stuff. Like you don't care about the material stuff, and you're willing to sacrifice for what you believe in. And in return, there's like that reciprocity where it's like, sure, you might lose some, but you'll gain some. And those people, like some people could have like 1 million followers or something, right? But you will have, but they'll be empty. Like let's say they release like a short film or something, literally out of like 1 million, you know, people that they have following them, only like 100 will go and watch their short film, right? But you guys will have, let's say like, I don't know, 10,000 like followers, maybe like 20,000, maybe less than that even. And like at least 85% will watch, and that will be so much more than the person that has like 1 million like empty followers. Like again, I'm getting like this cult following thing. It's funny because this Fool card is going off the edge, and I can almost imagine if there was more picture behind here and he was like jumping off the cliff. This is such a strange message, but you know that whole thing like, would you jump off the cliff if Jimmy jumped off the cliff, your friend jumped off the cliff? And people would be like, yeah, you know what, like you guys could be an influencer. This could be, I'm speaking to an influencer possibly, that could be like part of the group here, because it's like I can see the rest of the image back here where like there's a bunch of people that are willing to, like I do see like a cult leader. You could be a cult leader, but I mean, I don't mean that in like derogatory way, okay? I mean that in like, it's like impressive, you know what I mean? What you guys are doing here. And this, it's like, there was like this show called Messiah, right? And it got canceled after 1 season, but like this guy was like basically like the return of Christ. And it's under this deck. Ooh, Pluto. Pluto is like about propaganda. Pluto is about propaganda. Pluto is about propaganda. Yeah, it's given like, I respect it. I really do. I really do. Look at that. It's so crazy. But yeah, if the rest of the picture were here, I could see an entire like crowd of people. And yeah, you could have like 10,000 followers, right? And someone could have like a million. They would get like 100 people, and then you would get like all 10,000. So it's like, it's very impressive. And then we have Chiron healing, which is, I feel like, just to like let you know, or let like, just to like, I already knew that, like, I just want to like bring this up. It's not in a nefarious way. It's not in like a deleterious way, or like some kind of way that's going to be harmful to others. Like, if someone's falling in love with you, that's not your fault that you're spiritually attractive, physically attractive, mentally attractive, and have all these amazing qualities, right? And if you feel like you don't resonate with this, I just want to say like a little note to some people. This is who you, if you feel like you're like, man, like I wish I could be like this, that's because this is who you are when you're not filtering yourself. Some of you guys are already here, but like, this is the real you. So if you do care, if you are overly concerned about like status or how things look, and that's why I gave like that example of like 10,000 followers, or even like 500 followers or whatever, right? If you care about that, right, now's the time to stop, because this energy, like we just pointed out, like when I use that example of like having like 1 million followers and like only 100 watch your short film, that's like a real life example. Like, I remember like recently, like I saw like a guy that was like on TikTok, right? And he had like millions of like followers, made like a short film. No one cared. Okay. And then I've seen this so many times, like where someone has like a small following and then like everyone cares. Everyone cares. People are commenting, engaging. They're like, oh my God, this was freaking amazing. And this is real life. Forget about the illusion, because you know what? It's like the Joker in Batman. He recognizes the illusion. So this Fool card is blind. His eyes are blind. You can't really see it on the camera, but his eyes are blind, and there's a crown at his feet. He doesn't see that crown. He doesn't see that crown. He doesn't see even the romantic options. He doesn't see the people falling in love with him. That's why I was saying like, that like, you're living rent-free in people's heads that you don't even know about. Like, and then Pluto propaganda underneath. But yeah, the healing there, it's like what you're doing is healing, because people, what does this world need? It needs that authenticity, because there is so much like, and there's something just so beautiful about you having all of these qualities. Like, you could literally rest on these laurels, but you don't. You still stand up for the true truth. Like, you guys have like a very spiritual mission, because I sense a lot of spirit going on here. Like, you guys are definitely like psychic, have like extrasensory abilities, all that. Yeah, and then Chiron healing, you're using it for good. You're using your powers for good. You're starting a movement of some kind for good. Any other messages from here, Spirit? Any other messages for group number 2? Aquarius, I know. It's funny we had Pluto before, because I also have a Pluto and Aquarius pick a card. Definitely look at that. Definitely check that out. I think that's like the last video that I made. I think I just uploaded it today. But yeah. Then we have Aquarius here. Some of you guys might be stepping into this power now, especially that since Pluto just switched into Aquarius. And maybe your message is going to be spreading even faster and wider now that this energy has switched and moved into a different energy that suits you more, right? This also tells me that you guys are very, very unique, because of the Aquarian energy being very unique. But also, it's like, again, like, people might not get you. This is why you might be polarizing to some people, but that's what makes you stand out. Let's be honest here. No one really cares about people that are just trying to appease everyone and please everyone. This is the kind of stuff people are attracted to. People are attracted to people that are daring enough to be unconditionally themselves. Yeah, and we have Black Moon Lilith mystery underneath the deck. No surprise there. You guys are very mysterious, very spiritual, maybe like very dark feminine energy. Gender does not matter here. Remember, we're talking about energetic principles. So we have 4444 on the timer as well. Very spiritual. Yeah, there's something very dark and mysterious about you. Again, like that cult leader vibe where it's like, maybe I should stop using the word cult leader, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? When I say that thing, like I'm like feeling this. This is very cool energy, like, yeah. But this is what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna pull from one last deck just to close out with some messages. Very cool pile. Wow. I'm very excited about this energy. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. Very exciting. Any last messages for group, the enigmatic group 2? We have a love life popping up. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So yeah, if you guys aren't in this energy yet, it's okay. It's finding you. You might be very drawn to just the messages in this reading, like, oh my God. And that's because your higher self is pulling you toward this. Or you just might resonate because you're already there. And some of you guys might need to see the bigger picture because maybe you're focusing too much on the outside, but a lot of what sets you apart is like people being like really drawn to you as like this enigmatic figure because they also feel like they can't approach you. You have an unapproachable energy in a way, like an almost intimidating energy, because you have like that royal energy, like that high priestess energy, where it's like the high priestess, look at her in her temple, right? Do you think anyone gets to touch her? Do you think anyone gets to, just anyone gets to interact with her and have a conversation with her? No, it's a gift. It's a gift to be in her presence. Okay, so be yourself. And there's a unicorn, the very rare unicorn. The situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. You can't make this stuff up. You guys are very, very special. You guys should know that. And oof, I got a chill. I got chills all over my body. Again, if you have not stepped into this power, this is your calling. Save this video every time you need that pep talk, because seriously, this is powerful. And if some of you guys you've already stepped into it, right? But if you haven't stepped into this energy, assess. It's really time to assess. This is your calling right now. This is your calling card in this moment to step into this energy, because the potential for what you can bring, I know this is the death card, but the potential for what you can bring, see that flag he's carrying? That's a movement. That's a movement, right? And this is a major arcana card. That is a major movement. It's not some small time thing, okay? So that is what I have for you guys. I love you guys. You guys are very cool. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello, group 3. Let's begin your reading. The sun is like setting just a little bit, but we will have enough time to get into your messages entirely. And there will definitely be light still, because it is the time of the season. Alrighty. So starting off, group number 3, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so what sets you apart is that you make moves in silence, okay? You make moves in silence. No one knows what you're working on. No one knows what you're planning. No one knows what you're doing. And because you keep it to yourself, it raises a lot of question in people. They wonder about you. They think about you. They look up to you. I'm seeing this kid looking at this person working and looking up to him, seeing him as a guide almost. What sets you apart is that I'm seeing that like a lot of people are influenced by what you're doing. You guys might inspire people to like imitate you or copy you. It might be very annoying, but sometimes it's flattering, but honestly it can be kind of probably annoying for some of you guys. You guys might not feel like, because we have this justice in reverse here, you guys might not feel this is the justice card, correct? Yeah, this is the justice in reverse. You guys might feel like you aren't seen, but we have the 9 of Pentacles coming out on the other side. Yeah, people admire you. You're very like attractive, energetically, spiritually, physically speaking. But I also see that you're very like humble. You know what's so funny? We have this 7 of Cups that comes out, right? I think people see all of the options you have in life and they wish they could be like that. But what sets you apart here is that you are also multi-talented. With the 7 of Cups here, you have been gifted with the Spirit here. It's like you've been gifted with multiple talents. You guys are multi-potentialites. You guys are modern Renaissance people. Why can't I talk? I can't say any of these like synonyms. You are polymaths. You are modern Renaissance people. You are multi-potentialites. You are multi-talented. Okay. I'm seeing that these are gifts from God, the higher power source. These are spiritual gifts that have been bestowed upon you. And it's rare for people to be good at multiple things. And a lot of people try to put people that do multiple things down by saying jack of all trades, master of none. But the whole phrase is jack of all trades, master of none, oftentimes better than master of one. So I'm seeing that when you guys are doing something, all these different crafts, people look up, they look towards you and they're like, they're shocked that you're able to be masterful at not just one craft, at 2 crafts, 3 crafts. You can be picking something up right now and then someone's like, how are you able to do this, right? And you might even surpass someone who has been doing this for a long time, right? And again, with this 5 of Wands in reverse, we have like this volcano and this fight breaking out. It might rile people up, but let them be riled up. Let them be riled up by you. Because I'm seeing with it in reverse, this is what's happening on the inside. I don't see anyone, maybe some people are confronting you, but it's like, it's almost like people are manifesting for you in a way, just by being afraid of you and afraid of what you can do, right? It's like they're almost afraid of like the transformation you can cause, because the volcano represents transformation, right? We have a text message confirmation there. It represents, think about what the volcano is going to do after it's done erupting. It's going to spread its lava all over the land. The land is going to look completely different. It's going to be transformed, and people are in their minds, right? This is reversed, right? So they're in their minds fuming, like this volcano. They're fuming possibly over the sheer ability, the sheer potential for what you can do. And we have like this 3 of Wands, right? Like this person's about to go on a journey and they can go anywhere. They can go anywhere. That's what sets you apart. You literally can do anything, right? And I feel like you keep to yourself about this because you've experienced this kind of like tension from people. But that's what happens when this is like, it's just the story that's going to happen to anyone. If you're someone, for one, if you're drawn to this video at all, that's because you are set apart from the rest of the crowd. And when you're setting apart from the rest of the crowd, what ends up happening is there are some people that just, they aren't set apart from the crowd. They kind of just blend in. And it's not about how you look. It can be about how you look, but sometimes it's more than just, looks. It's your spirit, it's your mentality, the way you speak, all the elements that make you, your unique dharma, right? Your unique way of being. You are someone who stands out, and you have multiple gifts. You can go everywhere, anywhere. You can do it all, and you're going to do it all, and you're doing it all. And some people are afraid of that. Sometimes you might be afraid of that, because unfortunately, when you have it all, there's going to be a lot of, stuff that comes your way talking about, oh, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. Message for you guys from Spirit coming through: you should not be taking random people's advice, especially if you don't want their life. Do not take their advice. Honestly, okay, I saw like pigeons are doves, right? So we have pigeons here, but there's a white pigeon that just flew by, which is a dove. Okay, 5555 on the timer. We have this 5 here. You have to overcome these kinds of oh, there's that pigeon again, that dove, because pigeons are doves, and it's a white pigeon. It's a dove. It's coming through here to tell you need to follow your own path. When you start, it's hard sometimes, trust me, I know, but if you want to do something and you have all these things you want to do, figure out how to bring them all together. Think about how you can bring all of these cups into your own unique thing, because maybe that's what's overwhelming you, because you can get overwhelmed by these options with the 7 of Cups. And, I would hate to think some people are counting on it, but that's not for you to, you should just be focusing on you right now, and consult yourself, because you have the ability to transform things. So let's get some more messages. It's falling out. Okay, a lot of stuff is falling out. Okay, we have the Magician, right? Obviously, because you have all this potential. He has all the tools. He has the pentacles, he has the wands, he has the swords, he has the chalices, right? So that's what I'm saying. You have it all. That's what sets you apart. You were given the gift of having it all, right? You have the mind, you have the heart, you have the magic, you have the material, right? You have and sometimes it doesn't feel like we have what we need, but you have what you need. You have to trust that. You have the passion, you have the fire, you have the creativity, okay? And that is setting you apart from everyone else, okay? That is what's setting you apart from these other people, from other energies, okay? Any other messages coming through? Any other messages from this tarot deck about what sets you apart from the crowd? Oh, does this want to come out? We have the 8 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like you're starting to see, right? And we have that bird here. I feel like you're starting to see this for yourself, and you're starting to trust your own inner wisdom. And that right there is, it's not common. Most people are living according to something outside of them. Yep, we have the Strength card. We have the Strength card here. People can see your strength, your resilience, your power. It's so obvious to people. And she has an infinity symbol, just like the Magician. The fact that you got both of these cards, I think there's only 2 cards in the deck that have the infinity over the head. So this means that you have a very powerful spiritual origin. So you could be a star seed, you could be earth angel, but your spirit is not typical. This is you have an ancient soul, many past lives, that kind of thing. You might already know what that is, but you should definitely look into that more and see it. But you're starting to see for yourself that you are not bound here. You're not bound by the rules. The rules don't apply to you. That's why you have multiple gifts. Most of the people on this planet, right? This is the society we live in. You do one thing and that's it. But the rules never applied, sorry, this is the wrong side. The rules never applied to you, did they? They never applied to you. And you're starting to realize that, like, oh, no wonder, like, none of this normal stuff is working out for me. I'm not normal, right? That's what's happening with you guys right now. Yeah, and I feel like a seed has been planted. You're starting to see this. Oop. You're starting to see that the world is your oyster. It's finally coming to you now that you are creating your own unique path. And all these gifts are here for a reason. You're not like anyone else, and it's going to be so much easier for you to understand when maybe you've already understood this. This is why this is so prevalent in your energy and people are picking up on this. You're recognizing that every time you see something that everyone else is doing, that the rules literally don't apply to you. And the more you recognize that, you're like, oh. And so every time you're doing things and you go against the grain, it somehow works for you. Whereas going with the grain isn't working for you. It was 1, 1, 1, 1. It was 1, 0, 1, 1, 1 on the timer, just as I said that. Yeah. So let's get into some more messages. I think we need more from another deck. So this astrology deck. I want to get some specific messages about what sets group 3 apart. I hope I didn't say group 2 earlier, but I'm pretty sure I said group 3. But what sets group 3 apart? What is setting group 3 apart? You can't make it up. You can't make it up. 5th house creativity. You guys might be actors, artists. I mean, yeah, you guys might be multi-talented. You might sing, you might be like musical theater or something, like you sing, you dance, you act, you do it all. You write the screenplay, you direct the thing. You could literally be doing all of that. That's you, right? And we have those rare people that do it all, right? They, you might website build, you might be into finance, you might be into crypto, you might be into computer science, and then you're like also an artist, and then you like play piano, and then you want to be a pilot. Like, you do it all, and your life is so colorful, right? But I also see, like, you know, sometimes it can bring you a bit of pain trying to navigate how to do this. Try figuring out how you can make all of it work together is like some advice, or don't, because maybe you can do things separately. Just see what works for you. I'm just throwing some stuff out here from spirit. Maybe you do need like separate categories in your life for different things, or separate times. Sometimes you go into one thing, out of another, into one thing, out of another. Maybe you can combine everything all together. Think about how you want to make this work out for you, okay? And then we have Saturn return, age. So some of you guys might be going through your Saturn return, and this is why you're having like this wisdom come through of like, oh, I understand why nothing's been working out for me. Like, I need to follow my own inner guidance, you know, my own path. So this might be coming with age, but I'm seeing that, you know, especially in a world where everyone is supposed to do one thing at a time, or just one thing in their entire lives. It does take time to make this, to build this, right? And it can be really frustrating, like, you know, dealing with like people like maybe judging you or saying all this kind of stuff. But really, it's like these people are like looking up to you. Sometimes they want to be you, or sometimes they're just inspired by you, right? And it's really important, but you should know that this will be rewarded majorly. This will be rewarded. We have this Saturn return here, age. It's like, it might be hard at first, right? Or maybe you're experiencing some rewards right now just starting to come in, and you're like, yeah. But you guys are different. You guys have a lot of things going on. So of course it might take a little bit of extra time, because you're navigating in a world where everyone, like a lot of people don't even have passions like you do. They don't even have, and 5th house is also the house of pleasure, right? You have like a lot of pleasure in the work that you do. And if you don't have enough pleasure in the work that you do, find a way to focus on that pleasure center and follow that guidance, follow the bliss, right? But a lot of people don't even experience bliss or joy or pleasure or have passion. you know, for anything. And sometimes you don't have to have a direct passion. Sometimes your passion can be vague, and that's fine. It can be whatever. But I feel like what you guys have is like something that will definitely be rewarded. This is like a guarantee that it'll be rewarded. But, you know, keep doing that work in silence. You don't need to tell everyone what you're doing, but at the same time, I'm not one of those people that completely advocates for not telling people things, especially now that we have like things like human design. I don't know if you guys have heard of human design, but like some people are like, there's different categories: manifestors, generators, manifesting generators, projectors, reflectors, right? I hope I didn't miss anything else, but like manifestors, manifesting generators, for example, they have like, what is it? Like, authority. Like they have to speak out, like based on their human design. It's important that they inform people, right? But, you know, maybe you can look into that, you know, because sometimes it's like people are like, oh, keep everything to yourself. But maybe it's more so being strategic about who you tell and what you tell, what to, right? Maybe you do need to tell certain people, but maybe some people, they're not for you, right? And you can sense that, but maybe being strategic about that. Anyways, that is, you know, some general like spiritual advice that might help you. Anyway, let's get some like last messages from this deck before we go, just to close it out. I hope that was like encouraging and like maybe gave you some insight, as well as letting you know what sets you apart. Okay. Connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. Yeah. Remember to connect with that passion, okay? Connect with what makes you feel good. But also, some of you guys might be feeling stressed out by this, you know, because it's a lot to deal with, especially if you are, oh, did I put that back in the deck? Oh wait, right here. Especially if you're a creative, you know, everyone knows that creative fields are like difficult. If you happen to be creative, okay, I'm seeing dietary change, and we have connect with nature, okay? This is about eating like a natural diet, whatever that is for you. There are lots of different versions of natural diets, whatever, but this could help your creative flow, especially because your intestines are in the location where your sacral chakra is, and having flow in your intestines, your digestive system, right, helps the rest of your body circulate things, right? And when you have like lots of stagnancy, especially like in your gut area, it can create stagnancy in your life, because this is your energy center that pulls things towards you, right? Or like, right? And especially like impulses, inspiration, all that kind of stuff. So freeing up that energy is really good. So eating things, and everyone has their own specific diet, every single person. So figuring out what makes you feel good, right? Connecting with nature, with your nature. Maybe your human design. Also, human design tells you how you're supposed to eat too. Like if you're supposed to eat in indirect light, direct light, at night, cold foods, that kind of thing. So maybe check that out. Get like a, you know what I mean? And then improve your diet and your life will also improve, is what it says. Yeah, so some of you guys might be feeling, I'm sensing, I feel like there's like a small message here for me to tell some of you guys that you might be, if you guys are feeling down or depressed, because I know you guys are very creative and you guys are like doing multiple things and you have lots of passions, and you guys might not be, especially with Saturn coming out, like you guys might be dealing with some Saturnian kind of things where it's like you're dealing with lots of hardship, harsh realities, but it's because the reward is so great, and you have to be kind of like, maybe, you know, just maybe some more discipline within like your diet or something. That's what's coming through with Spirit in these cards. It's interesting that says connect with nature and dietary change. It seems very focused. Okay, let's see. Whom do you need to forgive was underneath the deck. So if some of you guys need to let go of something, I heard someone say that letting go will happen naturally. When you feel your feelings, you know, just like allow yourself to feel those feelings. Your desire is within reach. Your desire is within reach. Okay. Have faith as everything is working in your favor. Yeah, I just started picking up heavily that some of you guys, like, that thing that makes you stand out is also bringing some heaviness to your heart, your situation. And yeah, I was definitely picking up on that. But have faith, everything is working in your favor, okay? And express your individuality under the deck. Allow your true self to shine because you're awesome. Yeah, I feel like I'm talking to like a future star. So that's amazing. Okay. Have faith. I know that, you know, it can be, especially if you have a lot going on, it can be difficult, but you guys do stand out, and you're going to be seen for what you do, especially what you've been working on in silence, what you've been putting in so much work that people don't see. And people are like, oh, how, like, why does this person, like, why are they so special? Why do they have all this kind of stuff? Like, why do they have all these gifts? Why do they, like, draw all this attention when we're out? You know, and they don't see, like, the internal battles and, like, the things that you've gone through. You've earned these stripes. You've earned this strength card here. You've earned a lot. This isn't just for nothing. Okay, so anyway, I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.